Good morning, I'm Jeanette, and we're going to do some lovely yoga this morning, get ourselves all nice and warmed up and ready for our day. So please make sure that you have a mat, your yoga mat. You don't need any props today. We're going to do a nice, easy 30-minute flow, get you nice and stretched out to start your beautiful day. So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start standing up today, so you want to make sure that your feet are nice and planted. We're about hip width apart. And just tuck the tailbone under just a bit and then scoop the belly in. And when I say scoop, I mean breathe in, scoop in from the lower abs up into your navel. So it's a nice scoop, not just a suck, but a scoop. So we're nice and braced in our core. And let's just take our arms down and close your eyes just for a moment. And just start to get present and settle in. So take a nice big inhale through the nose. And open mouth exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. A nice big inhale through the nose. And open mouth exhale. One more big inhale through the nose. And open mouth exhale. And just take a moment to scan your body from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet. Just how are you feeling this morning? Is there any part of your body that may be speaking to you a little bit more this morning? Just send your breath to that area. Send your body love and gratitude for another day of life. And now just start to wiggle your fingers. And you can open your eyes, and let's just do some shoulder shrugs. And so let's inhale, take the shoulders up towards our ears, and then exhale, take the shoulders down to our back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale it up nice and high. Exhale, take it down, and then 1 more. Inhale it up, and exhale, release. Good, and now let's switch the position. So let's take it up, backwards, or going backwards, taking it up to our ears, dropping our shoulders forward. 2 more times. Inhale it up. Exhale, release. And 1 more. Big inhale up. And exhale, release. Good. And now let's take a nice big inhale all the way up. Our arms are up. Palms face each other. Just relax your shoulders down your back. And just take a little gaze up to the ceiling. And just get a nice, good stretch. And now let's take our left arm down, right arm is over. Getting a nice side body stretch, keeping the right shoulder open. Good, make sure to breathe. And then inhale back up. Exhale, take the right arm down, left arm is open. Keep that left shoulder open. Breathe. And then inhale, bring it back up to center. Now I'm going to turn sideways just so you see what I'm doing. And now we're going to do a twist. So take your left arm forward and your right arm back. Keep your right hip to the front of your mat, getting a nice twist into your spine. Good. Do 1 more nice big stretch as if I'm pulling you from your wrist to your wrist. And then inhale it up. Exhale, twist. Right arm forward, left arm is back. And now keep your left hip forward to the front of the room, getting a good stretch into the spine, waking up the spine. And now inhale the arms back up to center. And exhale, forward fold. So take your hands through heart, hinge at your hips, take yourselves down to your mat. And now keep your feet about hip width apart. And let your head be heavy. So shake it yes, shake it no. And your knees can be bent as much as needed. We're still warming the body up. And if you would like a deeper stretch, clasp opposite elbows, rock side to side. Good, and just breathe. This is such a great stretch for the hamstrings, the glutes, your lower back. And just releasing your head so that your neck gets a nice stretch as well. And now gently place your hands down onto your mat. Plant your right palm in front of your face. Bend that right knee. Left arm is up and twist. So you're getting another nice twist into the spine. You can gaze either to your thumb, straight ahead, or down, whatever feels best for your neck. And really press away from the mat. So don't dump in, press away. Good. One more big inhale. And exhale, slowly release your hand down to the mat. Beautiful. Now we're going to switch that out. Place your left palm down. Bend the left knee. Right arm is up and twist. Really press away from the mat. Gaze either to your thumb, straight ahead, or down. Big inhale. And exhale, slowly release, palms down to your mat. Beautiful. Now inhale, halfway lift. So hands can come up onto your shins. Keep your back nice and flat. Scoop the belly in again. Just gaze towards the top of your mat. It's almost like you're going forward on your feet, like you're on a ledge. This way you stretch out the entire back side of your legs and the glutes. And now exhale, forward fold. Take yourself back down to your mat. And slowly start to roll yourself all the way up into standing. Good, let's take a nice big inhale, arms are up again. And then exhale, hands to heart. So let's do that all over again. Nice big inhale all the way up into mountain pose. Good. And gently take the left arm down, right arm comes over, getting a good side body stretch. Keeping the right shoulder open. And then inhale back up to center. Exhale, take that right arm down, left arm goes over, getting a good stretch into the left side body. And inhale it back up. We're going to add something here, so I want you to clasp opposite elbows as you're standing. Your knees can be slightly bent. You can even go into a little bit of a wider stance. And now we're going to go all the way down. We're going to make circles, 3 circles in each direction. So bend the knees as much as needed. Keep the arms clasped. Take yourself all the way down. Let your head be heavy. And then gently bring yourself back up the other side. Let's do that 2 more times on this side. And take it nice and slow. And if you want to hang out in any area, feel free to do that. So if it feels good and you feel a really good stretch, feel free to stay there and explore that a little bit more. And you're using your core to bring yourself back up. So we're already engaging our core this morning. And now go to the opposite direction. Once you've done 3 rotations, let's take it to the other direction. Good. Feels good. And make sure to breathe as you do these, so don't hold your breath. We get into the habit sometimes of holding our breath. We want to make sure we breathe with our movement. Let's do this one more time. Good. And then gently bring it back up. Good. And then arms are back up, and we're going to do our twist again. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, twist, left arm forward, right arm is back. Keep that right hip forward to the front of your mat. Get a nice good stretch into the spine. And then inhale it back up. And exhale, twist, right arm forward, left arm is back. Keep the left hip forward to the front of your mat. And inhale it back up. And now exhale, forward fold. So hands through your heart, hinge at your hips. Take yourself all the way down nice and slow. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, tummy tight. Exhale, forward fold. And now this time, plant your palms. We're going to step back into high plank. If this is too much, it's okay. Come on down to your knees. And do a modified plank. Hold for 4, for 3, for 2. And now gently shift the body forward. Keep the elbows in, and let's go all the way down to our mats. Beautiful. And now inhale, cobra. So just lift the chest off the mat. Little to no weight in your hands. Keeping the feet on the mat. And slowly release. Good. And now let's go into Sphinx pose. So now our elbows are on our mat, right underneath our shoulders, and we're pulling our shoulders down and back. This is a good stretch for the lower back and the core. And while you're here, feel free just to do some half circles with your neck. Just getting a good stretch into the neck area. Breathe through it. Good. And then gently back up to center. And slowly release that. Bring your hands back right underneath your shoulders. And let's go onto our knees. Let's press up into plank. Good. And then back to high plank. Yes. Hold for 4. For 3. Make sure the wrists are right underneath the shoulders. And then gently bring it down to tabletop. So knees are down. And we're back into tabletop. So your back is nice and flat. So we're going to do a couple of cat and cows. So drop the belly, pull the shoulders down and back, gaze up towards the ceiling. This is called cow. And then exhale, arch your spine, gaze towards your belly button. This is called cat. So let's do a few of these movements. Do it with your own breath. So make sure to breathe. And feel free to rock side to side. Take any movements that feel good. Start to play around with what feels good in your body. Oh, this feels so good. Really press away from the mat also. Make sure not to dump into the mat. Really press away, especially with that arch into cat. And then we're back into tabletop. And now I want you to inhale your left arm nice and high. And now thread it underneath your right arm. Take your left ear to the mat. And take your right arm straight. So it's a great shoulder stretch. Your hips are right above your knees. And breathe. Good. And gently bring that right palm back up. Left arm is back up. And now start to circle the shoulder about 3 times in each direction. Just finding movement into the joint. Good. And then when you're done, place that hand right back down. Let's go to the other side. Inhale your right arm high. And now exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left arm. Right ear is to the mat. Extend that left arm nice and long. And a nice good stretch into the back of the shoulder. And we're also stretching the left shoulder as well. Getting a nice, good warming up to our joints for the day. And breathe. Good. One more inhale. And as you exhale, slowly bring that left palm back, press up, right arm comes up. And let's do a couple of circles in one direction, and then the other direction. Good. And then palms back onto our mat. We're in tabletop. And now let's tuck our toes under and press up into our first downward facing dog. So hips are nice and high. It's like an upside down V. And just start to pedal out your heels. And you'll feel a nice stretch in the back of your thighs. And the same thing here when you're in down dog. Press away from your mat. Really engage your core and get your hips nice and high. So now let's inhale high up onto our toes, getting a good stretch into our toes and the bottom of our feet. And exhale, press your heels down to your mat. 2 more times. Inhale nice and high. And exhale, press. 1 more time. Inhale nice and high. Get a good stretch to the bottom of your feet. And exhale, press. Beautiful. And now gaze to your hands. Slowly walk your feet forward to meet your hands. And then inhale, halfway lift. So your back is nice and flat, core is tight. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose, all the way up, arms are up. And exhale, hands to heart. So we're gonna put that all together. Inhale, up into mountain pose, arms are up. And exhale, forward fold. Take yourself all the way down to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat, core is tight. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, step back into high plank. Hold here. Remember, you can always be on your knees as well. Now shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. So that's half of a push-up. You can also be on your knees right here. And now inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Here's cobra. Upward facing dog is up with the knees off the mat, shoulders down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a nice big inhale. And open mouth, exhale. We're going to do that one more time. So gaze to your hands. Slowly walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose. Arms come all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, back up into mountain pose. And exhale, forward fold. Take yourself all the way down, hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat, core is tight. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, step back into high plank or on your knees. Shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, half of a push-up, elbows are in. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, shoulders are down. And exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Good, big inhale through the nose. And open mouth, exhale. Good, one more time, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Come on down to your knees. Let's go into child's pose. So your knees are wide to your mat, toes touch. Take your hips down to your heels. Arms are straight out and head straight down. And just start to breathe a nice big inhale and exhale. This is a wonderful resting pose at any time. You can always go straight into child's pose. And now let's slowly walk our hands over to the left side of our mat, but pull your right hip back. So you're going to get a good stretch in the right side of your body. Good. Gently walk yourself back to center, then walk your hands on over to the right side of your mat. Pull your left hip back. Good. And then gently back to center, your last breath here in child's pose. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly start to press yourself back up into tabletop. Good, and then we're going to tuck our toes under, go back into downward facing dog. So hips nice and high. You can pedal out your heels, just find some adjustments. Good. And now I want you to inhale your right leg high. So you want to make sure that both hip bones are pointing down to your mat. All 5 toes are pointing down to your mat. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Keep the core tight. Inhale, take it high. And now exhale, step this right foot all the way through to your hands. Drop your back knee. Good. And let's rise. This is called crescent moon. Just arms are up, getting a good stretch. So you're going to feel a nice stretch into that left hip flexor right here. Relax the shoulders down your back. And now hands down to your mat. And you can gently just take the hips back and extend this right leg. Go back and forth for a little bit. Little dynamic movement here so that you can warm up that hamstring. You want to keep your spine nice and long. You don't want to arch. Try to keep it as long as possible. Just a couple more movements back and forth here. Just warming up the hip flexor, also the hamstring. Good. Last one. Just hold it here. Beautiful. Place your palms on your mat. Take the left knee up and just step that right foot right back to meet your left. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do that on the other side. So inhale your left leg high. And keep both hip bones pointing down to your mat, all 5 toes down to your mat. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Arch your back, core is tight. Inhale, take the leg high. And exhale, step your leg through, step your foot to your hands, and take your back knee down. And then arms are up. And not to worry, sometimes it takes a couple little steps to get this foot all the way forward. And you can allow yourself to go a little bit deeper here. This is where we're stretching out the right hip flexor now. And breathe. So good. One more big inhale. And exhale, hands down to your mat. Now we're going to go forward and back again. So keep the spine nice and long. Take it back. Stretch out that hamstring. And forward. And you'll notice one side may be a little more challenging than the other side, so it may be a little more tight. That's normal. Our legs can be very different. We just want to pay attention to it and sometimes spend a little more time on that side. Good. Let's do one more. Just finding movement, warming up the muscles. And then plant your palms down. Take that, tuck the toes under, right knee is up, step the left foot back. Let's hold high plank for 3, for 2, for 1. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. This is your last downward facing dog of the morning. So take a nice big inhale, open mouth exhale, get a good stretch. Take any movements that feel good for you. And now gaze to your hands, slowly walk your feet forward. And this time I want you to come up high onto your toes. So bring your feet together, come high up onto your toes. Bend the knees, take your hips all the way down to your heels. This is called squat and curl. And then gently just bring your glutes down to the mat. So good. Keeping the core nice and tight, just take yourself down to your mat. And when you get down, bring your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Just getting a nice stretch of the spine. It also feels so good to rock side to side, massaging the spine. And now back to center. Let's take our hands out to a T. Take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, roll your legs over to the left side of your mat. So another little spinal twist. So good to wake us up in the morning. It's also so good when we're doing these twists for digestion. We're getting the ascending and descending colon. We're stretching out. We're twisting the organs, getting them ready for our day. And breathe. You're trying to keep both shoulders on the ground as you're twisting here. Just relax. You can close your eyes in these last few poses just to really get present to your body. Allow yourself to relax into the pose. And then gently bring yourself back to center. And take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, take your knees over to the opposite side. And same thing, just relax. Breathe through it. Soften in your body. So I like to scan my body, and anything that I'm holding on to, if it's tight, I try to just take my breath, send my breath to that area, and just relax that area. Relax your shoulders, relax your eyes, relax your lower back. And then gently back to center. Bring your knees into your chest. And let's do figure 4. So take your left foot, keep it on your mat. You're going to take your right foot up, place it on top of the left thigh. You can stay here if you're already feeling a good stretch. You can even just press your right hand into your thigh to open it up. Or if you want a deeper stretch, bring both legs up, clasp behind the leg, and relax. If you're in this position, please make sure to try to keep your head on the floor. So if you're tight and you're up this way, you probably want to stay down here and stretch it. So when we're stretching one area, we don't want to tighten up in another. So just be conscious of that. Am I tightening up in another area when I'm stretching my legs? Good. Take one more inhale. And exhale, release. Always feels good. And let's switch that out. Right foot is down, left foot on top of the right thigh. So whatever you did on one side, make sure to do the same on this side. So if you wanted to stay here, perfect. Just press nice and lightly to open up the hip even more. Or take both legs up, grab behind the thigh, keeping your head and neck on the mat. And breathe. Good. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Bring both knees into your chest. And now let's open up into happy baby. So you can grab the inside or the outside of your feet, or even the back of your thighs. And really press down on your feet. And you can rock side to side. You're keeping your head on the mat again. This is why babies like to be in this position, right? You just want to smile. So just press down. You can even stretch one leg or the other leg. So you're just really paying attention to what movements feel good for you, where you know you need a good stretch. And you want to keep your tailbone on the floor in this pose. Good. And then gently bring your knees into your chest one more time. And now I want you to take the back of your thighs and slowly roll yourselves up. Good. And we're just going to do one more stretch. So it's a seated forward fold. So just take the legs out straight in front of you. You want to make sure you're sitting right on your sit bones. That's basically the bones of the glute. Sit up nice and tall and take a nice big inhale up. And then exhale, forward fold. So just take yourself down. Wherever your hands land is fine. If they land on your shins, perfect. Keep the back straight. If they go a little bit farther down or to your toes, just relax. If you want something a little more restorative, keep your knees bent and go down even farther. Take one more inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Slowly start to roll yourself up. And let's just cross our legs. Take a nice big inhale all the way up, arms are up. And exhale, take your left arm down, right arm over. This is what we did in the beginning, a nice side body stretch. Inhale it back out to center. Exhale, right arm down, left arm is over. Keep the left shoulder open. And then inhale it back up. And exhale, hands to your heart. You did it. So good. Great job. I hope that you enjoyed it. Your body should feel so much better than it did at the beginning of these 30 minutes. You're going to feel a difference today. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day today. Thank you for joining me this morning.